All right, team, let's start by going through pre and post workout meals. This is super important. If you are not fueling correctly, if you're eating at the wrong times, if you're eating too much or too little before you go in and do your gym session, this is going to have a massive impact on one, how you feel in the session, two, your performance, and three, ultimately how much you can get out of each training session. If we can refine and perfect your nutrition before and after your workouts, you're going to get better results. You'll be better energized and fueled for your performance and for your gym session, meaning that you'll get more out of each session. So we're going to talk about what are some of the best pre and post workout meals and snacks, and also looking at timing, because timing is absolutely crucial for how much we need and how much our bodies can actually handle when we look at fueling for our workouts. So I've put together this little slideshow. This is my first time doing this. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so if you have 3 or more hours before your workout, so i.e. you may be training in the evening or at lunchtime, so this means that you can get a very well-rounded and full meal in before you train. So this could look like breakfast or lunch. So if you're about 3 hours out, having a full meal is advised. This is because your digestive system will have enough time to process and digest the meal that you are eating. Now, there's not much that you need to change in terms of what to eat. Just be mindful that you are getting a protein source in, a carbohydrate source, and healthy fats and some micronutrients through your vegetables. So for example, this just may look like 100 grams of chicken breast, tuna, or whatever meat you are eating, or tofu if you are vegetarian, or eggs. This may look like brown rice and vegetables. So just making sure that you are getting a full meal in, but making sure you do not overeat, as this will cause you to feel sluggish and heavy throughout your session. So let's look at some examples of what this may be. So chicken salad pittas are great. You can get your brown or wholemeal pita breads from Aldi's, Tesco's, or any other supermarket. Tuna and rice, which is just under the 3-hour pre-workout sign. So the 85 grams of John West or the 120 grams of tuna is perfect. You're going to get a great amount of protein. White rice or brown rice is a great carbohydrate source and will fill your muscles with glycogen, which is your muscles' energy source to perform. So as you can see, it's just kind of your normal meals for your lunch or dinner, and just eating as you would before your workout. So this allows your body enough time to digest the food, as it's got loads of fiber, protein, fats, and carbs. So your body needs adequate time to digest this. Okay, so if you're about 2 hours out before your training, so it's almost like that awkward intermission between not really able to have a full meal and having a snack, but making sure that the snack is sufficient enough to fuel you for your session. So we're wanting to make sure that we choose a meal option that is high in carbohydrates and has some protein in it. And has minimal fats. Now, the reason why we say minimal fats is because fats and protein and fiber take the longest to digest. So if we were to have a meal like before, this is going to take far too long to digest in your system, and this may actually end up in a stitch, feeling sluggish and feeling too heavy. So we want to make sure that you've got carbohydrates for energy, it's easy to digest, and an easy to digest protein. So if you are less than 2 hours out, I wouldn't recommend a hard to digest protein such as chicken breast, steak, anything that kind of takes quite a while to pass through your digestive system. Instead, I would suggest something that's a little bit easier to stomach. So this may be a protein shake, yogurt, cottage cheese, or just cheese in general, and oats or toast, which are generally easier to digest than a full meal. So this could look like so each meal has an easy to digest carb source. So toast is really good. You've got oats or muesli on the left, which will keep you feeling full and fueled for your workout. Note that the portion size is significantly less than your meal 3 hours ago. So not only has the way that you're eating changed, but also keeping in mind that the portion size is slightly less. And this is to ensure that you don't have too much food in your stomach before you work out. Okay, so let's say you're 60 to 90 minutes out. If you're anything like me, I get really hungry and really peckish quite easily. So I tend to have a light snack before I train. So for me personally, this just may be some fruit, some crackers or rice cakes, or a amino acid drink, which I'll go through. So 60 to 90 minutes before you train, you want to think light stomach and easy to move. So this is really common when you are training in the morning, first thing in the morning. Obviously, you won't be able to stomach much food, and this is fine. So you want to make sure that your digestive system can process it and that you're not going to feel, one, too low on energy, but also that you're not going to feel too full and sluggish. So 60 to 90 minutes before your session, you need a easy and fast digestive carb or sugar. So you need it to be light on your stomach. So for some clients, I would recommend, if they're driving to their session in the morning, wake up, water, coffee, a black coffee, and a banana, or any type of fruit that's going to provide you with some easy and quick carbohydrates. You may also look at a small energy bar. So that may be a cereal bar, a protein bar, anything like that. And just a note that coffee is your most ideal pre-workout drink. It has been linked to increased performance, and just it gives you that hypervigilance and hyper awareness when you go into a workout and gives you a little bit of a boost. You can opt for an amino acid drink. We have Noco here in the UK. I think it is in Australia as well. Or you have Fit Aid, which is quite common in New Zealand. So this provides you with the amino acids that you need and also the carbohydrates to help you with your performance. So this is what your meals may look like, or snacks, before your workout if you're 60 to 90 minutes before. So you have fruit, you have your banana on a rice cake, and that is cottage cheese, so just provides you with a digestible and easy protein source. But predominantly 60 to 90 minutes before your workout, it is mainly just sugar and carbs to get into your body so it doesn't sit too heavy in your gut. So just quickly, what it may look like, just a little summary: 2 to 3 hours, a complete meal. Less than 2 hours is between a snack and a meal. So your portion size is slightly less. And then less than an hour before is just something easy to digest. Post-workout. So once you have finished your session, it is really important that you refuel your body and replace what has been lost, both with water, so hydration, and with your protein content as well. So these are basically just maximizing what you're getting out of your training and out of your nutrition. So if you're quite new to training, this might be a bit too much to take on. But if you are training for muscle mass or weight loss and trying to retain as much muscle mass as possible, consuming protein immediately after your training session is absolutely vital. And this is because it will help you with your muscle recovery, retention, and growth. So post-exercise, our bodies go into a catabolic state. And what this means is that your body is in a state of stress. So it's breaking down muscle tissue, glycogen, and fats to restore your body back to its pre-exercise state. And this is actually how we burn calories after exercise. So you may have heard that 48-hour burn effect after high-intensity training. And this is purely because it takes our bodies longer to get back to the pre-exercise state. And our metabolism is working harder. So by ingesting a protein through, whether it's cottage cheese, yogurt, or a protein shake, we can keep our bodies in the opposite of a catabolic state, also known as anabolic. And this helps us to preserve our muscle mass and provide the correct amino acids for recovery. So post-workout, immediately, if possible, having a shake or like a yogurt and a piece of fruit after your session will help restore your energy levels and just support your body in recovery. If you do not have, if you don't drink protein shakes or you don't have access to food immediately after, once you get home, your food should look fairly similar to your 3-hour pre-workout meal. Some people do like to have their biggest meal post-training. And this is purely because you know your body's going to use absolutely every inch of macronutrient or nutrient that you are eating. So it is quite highly recommended that post-workout you have your biggest meal, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, and vegetables. So just making sure that you have enough energy post-workout. So this image here is quite helpful just in terms of what your plate should look like. Specifically, if you're not tracking your calories and you're doing more like an intuitive eating, your protein should take up the majority of your plate. So that would probably be about 120 grams of raw meat, lots of veggies and fruits, and then you may have some pasta, rice, or bread. I would almost say a little bit more than what they're recommending here, just to allow your body to be restored and refueled. So that is it, guys. Learning how to fuel your body correctly with the right fuel source and timing, like I said, is not an immediate thing that I teach to clients because it is quite overwhelming. However, if you have been a client with me for about 6 to 8 weeks or onwards, it's really important to start learning how to fuel your body for movement and for your sessions. Now, everyone is absolutely different. For example, I cannot stomach much food in the morning before I train, so I would be lucky if I had a banana, or I would go on an empty stomach. As for someone else, this may make them feel really sluggish and sick, and they need to ingest food. There is no right or wrong. It is just about finding your ideal and learning what works best for you, and that purely comes from trial and error. So give these pre and post workout snacks and meals a go, and just keep a tab on how you're feeling, how you perform, and just how your gut feels before, during, and after. Thank you.